Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Melissa Estavillo. Welcome to Biltmore Psychology and Counseling's video blog. For this month, we are talking about relationship questions. We get a lot of people that come in for relationship distress, and we wanted to answer just some of the common questions that people have as they're calling in for counseling or present for counseling. So this other question that we get is, what are the most common reasons that people come in for couples counseling? And the reason that we tend to get this question is because a lot of people feel like their relationship distress is abnormal. And so much of the time, what we actually find is, couples tend to have very similar experiences. And while it's very distressing and very overwhelming, and some details might be unique, many of the problems that we face are problems that, many other couples have faced. So that's important for many couples to know that they're not alone. But, number one would be communication difficulties. That's the most common reason that people present for couples counseling. They come in and they say, my goodness, we just can't even talk anymore. It feels like everything we talk about somehow results in an argument or results in us not connecting, or we're not fighting, but we're just not communicating about anything, and that can feel so distressing. What I find a lot of the time is that, it looks like it's a communication difficulty. Really often, it's not that we're not effective in saying words. It's not that we're not able to communicate with so many other people in our lives. It's that there is a level of emotional disconnection and hurt that makes our communication so difficult and confusing. So a couple will feel like they're fighting about dishes in the sink, or it feels like we're fighting about money, when really it's about deeper needs of feeling like I don't matter to you, and I'm feeling hopeless, and when I lean on you, you're not there for me. And so, in a lot of the work that we do, we're able to say, yes, there's communication difficulties, but let's see, is that really the problem? Or is that more the symptom of the problem? Another thing that we see is couples sometimes will come in for couples counseling when there's a bit of distress and they want to proactively work on it. But for a lot of people, they come in because they're saying, do we stay married or do we not? And so that's another common reason that people come in, is one person will say, I'm not ready to give up. I'm not ready for this to be over. And potentially for the other partner to say, I don't really feel like I'm in this. So a lot of times that can feel kind of dire, like, if we can't come to the same goals, then what are we going to do? That's a lot of the work that we do, is being able to see, okay, is this relationship really done? And what I'll tell a lot of couples is, hey, this is a clarifying process. So the very things that we need to be able to see if the relationship can heal are the very things that really clarify and create a sense of closure, potentially, for a relationship that isn't going to ultimately continue. And so, if you're with someone and you're like, they're already saying that they're out, that doesn't mean that that's not a common reason to go in for couples counseling. One of the other ones is that we see is long-standing arguments about the same darn things. And so people come in and go, I have been fighting about my in-laws for years, and it's been the same problem and the same thing over and over and over again, and it doesn't matter what I say, it doesn't matter what I do, we always come back to the same thing. Well, I do think that some of these gridlock type of arguments can be really difficult, but I can tell you that I've seen places where we're able to hear each other differently in couples counseling, and we're able to see a different perspective, or we're able to sit with less than ideal situations and it doesn't feel as painful, because it no longer feels like this gridlock argument is creating a place where we're not on the same team. It feels like, again, it's not ideal, it's not okay, it still creates distress, but because this person's teaming with me, I can tolerate that. So those are probably the most common reasons why people come in for couples counseling. If you have any questions about these, you can always leave those in the comments below. If you want more videos like these, you can always subscribe, and we'd love to get your feedback. Thank you.